never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow
stuff trying to show you how you can actually drag this this screen. So if I drag here, you see how the model is coming up, and just going to keep dragging till I get to this very point. At this point I stopped the animation because I kind of felt like I don't want to overload this Figma file. So when I get here, I can actually go back and you can see it pretty much very smooth. And when I get to this very one, I can actually click here and you see the price. Then I drag this thing up to preview the details of this particular product. And if you scroll down and scroll back again, then if you drag this back, all the models comes out. So I'm going to show you how I actually animated this in Figma. Set my frame. I'm going to pick this frame. So we're just going to design on top of the file, so we can actually copy some stuff, and I'm going to quickly show you guys some how I did some stuff to avoid this video, to just not make this video unnecessarily long. So I'm just going to paste my status bar. I copied it from here. Then this runway, the font is actually Inter. I like using Inter very well. Runway. So I'm just going to set this to 32, set this to extra bold. I can actually set this to bold. Yep. Here we used small letter and capital letter. So, but here I'm just going to use the same thing I used. So this is just basically the splash screen. Now to create that kind of this stuff, I'm going to recreate it here. So just double click on this, then get this like this, then I have to slant this a bit, and that's it. So select this and pick your file. So if you want to know how to create color variables, you can actually check one of my videos where I taught you guys how to create color variables. So it will be very easier for you to follow this video. So once I've done that, I'm just going to give it a corner radius of 3, just 3, and bring it here. So this is our logo. I'm just going to add auto layout, then set this to the center, and that's just it. That's phase 1. So we're going to create this one. So what I actually did there, I'm going to duplicate the screen, then get rid of this guy. So I have runway here, the logo, and those stuffs. So I'm just going to quickly type the runway. Then once that is done, just going to set this to 16. I'll just set it to 18. Now I'm going to use actually two plugins, feather icon to get the other menu, and that's it there. Then I'm going to use iconify to get the bell icon. So I'm just going to type bell, and here you go. So once that is out, I'm just going to push this here, then set this here. So what I'm going to do now is to twist this to 90 degrees. I'm going to use minus 90 to make it face to the right. So once that is done, just select everything here and bring it out. So once I have everything out, I'm just going to add auto layout. On a normal day, I'm just going to change this to, I'm going to convert this to a component, but yeah, I'm still going to do that. So this width is 4 to 8, and I'm going to set this to automatic. Set the background to white and give a padding of 20. Yep. So we're just going to use 70. Yep. So once we are done with that, I'm going to make this a component. So call this header. So we need to also create this, so we can actually add this, then create this. All of them is going to be inside this header. So here I would make this, I'm going to call this sub header. Then I'm going to call this main header. Then we're going to rename this property to header. Right. So once we're done, I'm going to pick this icon and this one. So here we're going to change this to maybe probably label and leave it like that. Then go to feather icon. I'm going to use this. So get this inside here, then get rid of this one. Then we're going to get it back. So I'm just going to search for back. Okay, I have this one. So to show you how I actually created that notification stuff, what I did was just write 2, then get this to 10. I'm going to add auto layout, then 50, set this to red. Do I have red? I don't have red, so I'm just going to quickly pick red here. Set this to white. So once that is done, I'm just going to remove this 0, get this to 0. So this actually was on fill, so we might just bring this to the center. So get this here, and that is 1919. So bring it inside this box and set it up like this. So here we have to unclip this content, and we have this thing like this. Because there's too many space here, what I'm going to do is to reduce it a bit to 16 and get this also to 16. Yeah, makes sense. So once I have that, I'll bring it here, then get rid of this one. So to do this, I'm going to also add a stroke, and the stroke is going to be white. So that is how I actually created this notification. The next one we're going to create is this one. I'm just going to I've duplicated it. I'll bring it out. So I'm going to show you guys how I recreated this stuff. So the icons that I'm going to bring out is, I'm just going to get a variant for this one. I'm just going to call this one sort header. So this would be I've already shown you guys how. I'm just going to say sort sort by, leave it at that. Then I'm going to open my codify and I'm going to type sort. So this is it. I'm just going to bring this one out. That's it. So we're going to bring settings. So okay, this is this. So this one, I'm going to show you where I got this, not from this place. So I'm just going to type group. So we're going to pick this one, but that's not the one I use because this one is too thick. So I'm just going to look for the one I actually used. So if I can't find that, I'll just say profile. Okay, it's not here. I'm just going to say user. I hope I find it here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick the other one. So I'm going to say group. So you can actually use this. So once this thing is out, this is how I got this particular stuff. So now I'm just going to get rid of this one, then this I'm just going to set it here. I will use this, and this one was gotten from feather icon. If you want to pick the other fonts, you can just check for the icon. Look at it here, so you can see where that was actually picked from. This is okay, yeah, definitely going to see it on feather icon. Look at it here. So this is what I actually use. So I'm just going to get rid of that and type this filter to show you guys how I did what I did. Filter. So once you get this filter done, I'm just going to select two of them and add auto layouts. Then this guy is going to come out, and this one is going to also come out. Now select the three of them and add auto layouts. So what do we have? We have 14. I'm just going to make it 15. Then this guy, I'm just going to press K on my laptop if you're using Mac or Windows, whichever one that works for you, or you can just stick here and make the changes. You can just change it back to 16 and it's still the same thing. So here I'm going to select these two and add auto layouts, then select the whole of this and add auto layouts. So once I have that, I'm just going to push this to 428. Once I have it on 428, set this to white and get this to the center, give padding of 20, and let's find out 70, and this could be 60, and that's fine. So to pull this right inside here, I'm just going to delete this because we've already created it outside. What I'm going to do now is to make the components, so I'll be able to pull it inside here. So once it's inside here, we're just going to call this sort header. So because we have this and this one is sort header, this one is sort header, so we're just going to get rid of this one. Now I have actually done my header. I'm going to hold the option button and bring this one out. If you're using Windows, you will definitely press alternate, but if you're using Mac, you're going to press option, the option button. So get these two together, marry them together, auto layouts. So once I've done that, I will just add fill. Then here I'm going to add stroke. Then this I'm going to use that gray, and I'm going to just, so this is too thick, right? So what I'm going to do now is to add a color variable. Yeah, here I'm going to call this gray 50 because I'll be using it a lot. Gray 50. So this gray 50, I would use a color picker to pick this color. That would be my easy. That would be my gray 50, and I'm going to also add gray 100. So that would be a little bit darker than the other one. Yeah. So this I use them a lot. The reason why I actually like making some of these line not to be thick, because it has a way of affecting your design. If you want to come out with clean designs, you may reconsider how you use strokes and drop shadow if you want your designs to always be minimalistic and always stand out very clean and simple. You have to reconsider how you use strokes and how you use drop shadow. So this is basically my best bet for coming out with a clean design. So you see what I did on the gray 50 and the gray 100, very important. So I'm just going to set this one to gray 50, and you see now the line is very faint. And okay, so the next one we're going to do is to change this to men. So okay, sorry, not to men. I'm going to get this is actually a video. So if you are not on Figma Premium, you will not be allowed to actually get a video. And the way I got the video, because a lot of you might be wondering, oh, this actually entered inside the auto layout and I didn't want it. So I'm just going to change this to hog. I just want it to stay inside here. So bring it to the center. Look at how I actually capture high quality videos. So what I'm going to do is to open YouTube. Once I open YouTube, if I'm creating something that relates to fashion, what I'm going to do now is to search for fashion art. So yeah, assuming this is what I want to use, or this one, I'm just going to click on this one, and this is an advert. So I'm just going to open this. This is an ad. This is H&M. So I'm going to use H&M.
Where some see waste.
So push this guy out.
Where some see rubbish. We see beauty.
Okay. So as the video, I don't know if the audio is actually going to help me. It's going to actually allow me to speak. So what I'm going to do is screen record this video. So what I'm going to do now is to press the command and shift then 5 on my Mac to screen record this in a vertical way. So once it will allow me to screen record, just choose the area I want to screen record. Once I finish screen record, just probably maximum is 60 seconds. Just record. Once you're done recording, you can now come to this this place and put your, I'm just going to pause this. So you can now come to this place and paste it. So the only way you can actually paste that is to select this. This is how to paste video on Figma. Then open this up. You see this place and this place. This is image and this is video. So here you can actually choose the video you want. And once you choose, if it's more than 100 megapixels, 100 MB, Figma is not going to allow you, and you should be mindful of how much the size of the video you actually upload, because if it's up to 100 or 80 to slow down your PC and you might think there is an error. Yeah, So that's one thing I've actually noticed. So what I'm going to now do is to pick this one that I did. I'm just going to duplicate it. See, look at it here, copy this one, come here and paste it. So now it's actually taking the full screen. Do I have this on auto layout? Nope, obviously not. So I'm just going to go back. So what I'm going to do now is to select this. I think we should try this. I'm just going to copy the video and paste it here. So select this, copy, then come here and paste it. So once that is done, I'm just going to open this up and send it to the back. So let's preview what we actually did. I'm going to reduce myself. You don't need to be seeing my face. So just to preview, you're going to preview to see if the video is actually playing. So the video is actually working because we copied it and pasted it on the rectangle. Now, once that is done, this actually is the next thing we're going to create. I'm just going to create categories. So once I have the categories, I'm just going to push it in here. I like working with auto layouts, but this is already on auto layout. So what I'm going to do now is to select this one and add auto layout. So we'll have the full page on auto layout. So once you do that, just send this to the back. And the footer, yep, the footer is something we're going to create. I'm going to create this one, and the way I actually did that was to create an eclipse, then duplicated the eclipse, right? So now I'm just going to label this women. So this will be men, and this will be kids, and this will be home decor, and this will be deals. So once we have this, the reason why I intentionally place this to cut halfway is just to show you that you can actually swipe. It's a UX thing, so you need to show users that you can actually swipe. So since I've actually shown you guys how I designed this, I'm just going to copy this one and paste it here. Then this, once you select this, go to this plugin on Splash and pick the images that best suits whatever you want to put in here. So I'm just going to go to portrait, and on this one I'm just going to, maybe for this one I'm going to put this, or just put this one, depend, but this can actually represent better women. And just click on it, make sure you select it and click on it. Then for men, we can actually have something that looks like this for men. So whenever I'm trying to select my images, I take my time to do that. So I can just select this for men. So this can actually stand for men, and kids, you can actually find out. I'll leave you to figure it out. So once I'm done, I'm just going to add auto layouts, then add auto layouts for this one, add auto layouts, add auto layouts, then add auto layouts. Then select everything and add auto layouts. Now what you're going to do now is to change it 4 to 8, because we're designing with a screen of 4 to 8 as the weight. So now you see this is cutting halfway. Make sure it's cutting halfway. If it's cutting here, it might be wrong, because your users might not know that this can actually swipe horizontally. Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. Then the footer, I'm just going to copy this and paste here. So it's just same thing the way we actually did this one. That is how the footer was actually designed. So if you want, I'm going to still show a video of how I actually create filters very fast. But this definitely on a normal day, if I'm working on a live project, I make this a component. But just because I want to show off this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it like this. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to show you guys where I got this image. So once you get to this site, you can just search for men's wear, and anyone you see, like if you want to use this one, I'm very mindful of how I use my image, the kind of images I use, hence the reason why you see me going extra length to pick images. So once I see this one I like it, I'm just going to copy it, then come here and paste it. So that's the image. So once you have this is too long, that you can see it's too big. This is 2400 by 2400. So what I'm going to do now is just to resize it. Just make sure to resize it to this very point, and I'm going to use 997. The next thing I'm going to do is just to right click, get my saved icon. This icon actually saves me a lot, so I'm going to use icon 8 background remover. You can go to Figma plugin and get it. So now I'm just going to try removing the background, just trying to show you guys how this was created. Right, so whilst this is actually being prepared, we are going to quickly just get a rectangle, and the width of this is actually 200. So I used 200 here. I'm just going to show you, just to show you what I did, and the height is 255, sorry. So I'm just going to say 255, and that's it. So once you're done, we're just going to copy this, come here and paste it. So this two was actually added to auto layout, and this one is just on its own. Then what I'm going to do now is to select this and add auto layout. Make sure this is centered, right? And while you do that, I'm going to add this. I'm just going to add white. Then only on the bottom we're going to give 15, and that's it. So now what I'm going to do now is just to give a padding of 5. Let's close this up a bit to 20. Yeah, so once we have that, I'm just going to also give it a corner radius of just 7, because it's a fashion app. There's not so much corner radius on fashion apps. So that is how this was actually made. If you notice, this one is also curved to 7, and that's it. So once we just try to push this in, you see it. So now this is already done. You see everything is curved out, kind of not too smooth, but yeah, we can actually use it. The rest is just shadow. So I'm going to show you guys what I did. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to crop this. The reason why I'm cropping it is so it will not obstruct anything when I'm will be prototyping. So once I have this, I'm now going to let's finish with this one. Then what I'm going to do is to duplicate this and bring it here. Then get this here, resize it. I don't like mine to be in fractions, so I'm going to say 113. So we're just going to say 233, and that should be the height. So there is something I want you to know, is that once you put this thing in, because it's an auto layout, it's going to behave this way. So the only thing to do is now to make it absolute. So once it's absolute, you're now placing it has a background. To be honest, there's so many other ways you can I can actually do this auto layout, add this auto layout, this photo auto layout without this background. This is what I could just do. Alternatively, So make this way, get this to the center, then fill the background to be gray 50, and we're going to use 7. Then get this guy, duplicate it, bring it here, and we're going to select the 2 and add auto layout. Make sure this is 200, and going to have this to fill the background. Then this one, I'm just going to now add my white, so whichever one that feels faster for you. So set this to 15 and get this to, yeah, it already has 5, but we're just going to, in this case we're going to make it 10 because it's actually fill here. So here I'm just going to get this to be, because this inner one is 7, we can just make this 6, so the outer one can be 5, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because we are not actually giving a padding bit around the edge of the photo. So once this is done, I'm going to set this to 7. This is also going to be 7. The reason why I'm doing that is because this edge and this edge should match. So this is another way to use to redesign this without this background. I would prefer this to this one. This is just an old method. This is the new way of doing things. So the next thing I'm going to do is, see the way this picture is just staying here, it doesn't really make sense. I don't like it. So what I'm going to do now is to get an eclipse and just draw a shadow here. What I want to do is just to actually make this guy to look as if he's standing on this place, and this is just the background. So what I'm going to do now is to get this to linear gradient. Then what I'm going to do now is to change this linear to radial. So this radial, this one, I'm going to make it a full black, then set this to 0, the opacity to 0. Then this guy, I'm also going to do the same thing, then get the opacity to maybe 78 or thereabouts. So once I have this here, we are now going to put this thing inside this place. Once it's inside, make it absolute. Now, the reason why I wouldn't want you to drag this thing, what you're going to do, the ideal thing for you to do is just to use this direction button and place it properly. So I'm going to now just bring this thing up. The reason why is because if you drag this, you see, it will just maintain that center place, but if it's just the way we moved it before, it will not do that. So the only thing we're going to do now is to, you see this guy, I'm just going to set it to 30, and 30 seems to be obvious. We're going to set to 10. 10 seems more faint. I'm going to set to 20, and 20 has it. So what I'm going to do now is to set this guy, get it to the left, so it will just look as if it's dropping shadow. So you see, it now looks as if the guy is just standing. Then get this guy here, and it just looks as if he's standing on something. Yeah. So once we have this thing image like this, I'm just going to get rid of this one. We can now duplicate. So I'm just going to duplicate this one, duplicate, and repeat this process, add auto layouts. Then we're going to use this wrap. So what I'm going to do now is to get it to this point. Then we just have to duplicate this. Make sure this is okay, it's just 400. So what we're going to do now is to duplicate this one, get rid of this, set this to subheader, and this should be men. Now bring this guy inside here. So we're going to give space, on this. So the space is going to be 10. Make sure this is now touching the edge. Make sure this is in the center. So once we have this like this, you see what we have here is what I have here. So to bring this one, I'm going to show you guys, just probably just pick this guy and bring it out, then set it right. So once you've done that, we're going to add a stroke. I don't know, some of my videos is not beginners friendly, so for you to catch up, you need to have mastered Figma to an extent to understand what I'm doing. That hence the reason why you see me designing very fast. I'm a very fast designer, and I click and so but I hope you understand what I'm doing. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want the video to be long. And once we have this is how I actually created this. Now we're getting to the more I'm going to show you guys how I actually made this one. So now we have this. I'm going to pick this and put it on this guy foot. Now we're going to increase it. You see the reason why I actually cropped this, so we can actually pick this thing up. So once this is like this, I'm just going to select it and add auto layout. Then this guy you can actually select this and use minus to bring them up. This will not allow you to go up, then you might have to crop it again. So once you crop it, it stays like this. So everything is now on auto layout. You can actually scale this. We're going to be getting a little fraction, but it doesn't really matter. What I'm going to now do is to duplicate the screen, and I'm going to delete this one. Then we're going to have this. I'm going to show you guys how I actually created this. That's the next one. So once I have this, I'm going to duplicate this one, duplicate it, and duplicate, then duplicate. So this would be the first guy. Make sure to reduce it. This would be the first guy here, and this is how you do the placement. Now I'm going to resize this, and this will be the second guy. Once you move it inside, just push, please, then set it to the back. So we leave it like this. Then we can actually work with this ones, then duplicate this one, bring it out. Don't move it, don't drag it, because if you drag it, it will enter into one of the frames. Take this one back, then resize it. Here you can actually drag. You see the reason why I don't like dragging. So you actually drag it, you drag it out of the frame. So we now push this one back a bit. So you see they are now kind of staying aligned as if they are on a single file. So once I have this one, I'm going to duplicate this one and bring it out. I think that will be the last one. So send it to the back, then we are going to resize it, then resize this one. Yep. So now we have this thing resized. That is how I actually achieved the resize option, the way I actually line these guys up. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to get this guy. I'm going to get this guy out. So if you notice, this video was kind of, when I scroll, you see the title kind of roll back and forth. So the way I actually did that is this. So I'm going to ungroup this. So you see the text. So I typed all of this text, all of the text, the titles, give an auto layout on all of them. So I selected all of them and added auto layout. Now I'm going to close it. I'm going to close this, then clip content. So once I've done that, I'm going to duplicate and bring it to the last one. Now this is the last one. We're going to just push this thing here. So this is the last one. I'm just going to arrange it like this. Then this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So we have a total of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is the total number of what the screens I have. So the middle one, you just bring it to the center. You see this guy, and this, then this, and this. I'm holding my command and shift together to multi-select. I'm going to remove auto layout on them. So Figma doesn't allow me to remove auto layout from it. So I'm just going to remove it individually. Remove auto layout, so you can actually move things up and down. Remove auto layout. So this one, leave it on auto layout, I think. Yep. Oh yeah, the middle one, premium, we did remove auto layout on that one. We shouldn't have. Okay, this is the one, remove auto layout, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest, really. So what I'm going to do, this is the first, so I'm going to hit enter and push this guy up. Then this one, hit enter and push it to the third one. Leave this one because it's already centered. Hit enter and push it to the fifth one. Then this is the last. Hit enter, then push. Make sure not to go offline, off alignment. So that is it. So once I've done this, what I'm now going to do is to write price on this stuff, this heart icon and all this stuff. So I'm just going to pick this one out. I'm going to pick it out and put here. So select these two and add auto layout. Now I'm just going to give a background. Make sure this is 428 and this is centered. We have more space below. I'm going to close up this to probably 15. No, just going to use 10. Just close it up because it's already on minus. Then we are going to just add 10. The same thing here. I'm basically going to just add 10. So there's one more thing we're going to do because this stuff is there. So I'm just going to copy this one and paste it here. So once I have it here, I'm going to now add auto layout on top. So once I have this, I'm just going to give a corner radius of 20. Yep. Then move it to this place. Bring it, then get it centered. Now we're going to add drop shadow. So I'm just going to use drop shadow 10 as the opacity, then 20 as the blur. So once that is done, we can actually bring this thing down. And now it's time to select these guys and scale them to this very point. Then we can scale to top. So that is how I actually achieved this. So let me show you how it swipes. So for this second one, I'm going to reduce it, reduce this one, then move it out. Just move gradually, be very careful so it will not enter this place. So once it's off, these guys now come up. This guy now come up. So be careful so you don't so for this guy, the last one, for the last one, what we're going to do is to duplicate it. Sorry guys, duplicate the last guy and bring it out. Take it to the back, resize it, then once that is done, make sure to bring this guy out a bit, then look at this, the one at the back, bring it out. So I'm going to show you how this was animated. So what I'm going to now do is to copy this, select this one and say on drag, not ease in or ease out. So I'm just going to use slow 800, set this to 800 so it will just move smoothly. Then do the same thing again on drag, slow 800. So if what will happen now is that this second one, we need to change this. So we're going to change this to this one. So we're going to change, select this one and bring it here, then get rid of this one, bring this one on top. So let's make sure that this, so on drag slow 800, then this one on drag here. So we're going to preview this to show you what I actually did. So if you drag this one, you see, if you drag it, this other one comes up. You see that this one actually like kind of appeared. Let me show you. It is not smooth. So what I'm going to do now is to copy this guy. Look at it, the frame is 399990. Now this is where frame names matters a lot on prototype, especially when you're using smart animate. So what I'm going to do now is to push it here and pull it in, set it to the back. So you can actually want to pull that off the screen. You are going to repeat this process for others. So pull it off the screen and leave it there. So see the difference now. If I pull this guy, see it comes out. That is how smart animation works. Then if I pull it back again, it goes out. So make sure to repeat this process for other screens. Now if I want to, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this. If I want to say, okay, I need these guys to know that this is the way to go, kind of a tooltip or something. So what I'm going to do is set this to after delay of 800, then smart animate, then this one to, what I'm going to do now is to set this screen, go to prototype, set this screen and say after delay 800, then this guy also after delay. So look at what will happen. So it's not working properly. I'm just going to get to find out the reason why it's not working. So it's happening instant. So I'm just going to say smart animate slow. You see it? So now I'm going to set this one to smart animate slow. So what we're going to do now is to set the delay of this one to 2 seconds. That's 2000 milliseconds. So it won't be happening like that. So this is just to show you for the first timers that this is the way you need to drag. Just drag it this way and every other page will follow suit. So that is how I actually animated that. So what I'm going to now do is just to remove the after delay effect. Remove the after delay effect on this one. Now for the last part is this part. So this, duplicate this and get it out. So this is actually what I did. I'm going to clip this content. So I designed the whole of this with auto layout. Everything is on auto layout down to this very point. So look at how it is. So this was actually lined up and I set this to scroll horizontally so that you can actually scroll horizontally. We see the reason the way I cut it half here, just to show you can swipe right or left. The same thing I did here, scroll horizontally. Basically the same thing the way we designed the other one. That is what I just did here. So these ones are basically the same thing that I did. The stroke and everything, the icons were just all of them were gotten from Iconify. That this one icon was gotten from Iconify. This is the add back button, and this I also showed you guys how I actually got this. Then this you can actually redesign your own way, then this and that. So once you get to that point, what I'm going to do now is to hide it. So what I'm going to do is to set this guy. I'm going to duplicate this one, then this guy is going to go, and this guy, let me use these 2 frames. This one is also going to go. So what I'm going to also let this guy go. So use this one instead. So push this guy up and it stays like this. Then we might as well just scale this up so it stays on its own. Then do the same thing on this one. Copy this and paste here. Then paste here too. Then we're going to select the whole of this and scale. Do the same thing here. So the reason why I might not repeat the same thing here is because I want to actually, I duplicated this screen. So this one will go, then I'll have to duplicate this one. So for this one, I'm going to press V, then bring this guy up. But before I do that, what I'm going to do now is to take this guy off, then set this guy. If you want to make this thing very easier for you, what I'm going to do now is to select the whole of this and add auto layout. Now is an auto layout, so you're going to use minus to bring them back, right? So this is what you need to do. I'm going to go back, because when we click on this one, remember that this was actually set like this. So when you click on this one, it gets to this one. So for this particular guy, what I'm going to do now is to select this whole stuff, don't select from here because there's something hidden here. So I'm just going to add auto layouts. So now the auto layout, I'm just going to shift it. Now what I'm going to do for you to see what I'm doing, I'm going to unclip this. Look at this one can actually go because we don't need it again. So once this is like this, just shift it. Make sure that once you set this, you ungroup it. Make sure you ungroup it so that the names will not change. If you don't group it, it will frustrate you. So now it's time to set this guy to this point, then get this guy, don't get it off, just push it up and take it to the back. I'll show you guys the effect. Then this one will now have to go this way. So this is what I'm going to do. The reason why I'm not going to use a background, it's a rectangle, is because I want a smooth animation. So what I'm going to do is to set this to this color. So once I click that, this one comes up. So now this is what it's going to do. So when I tap this, on tap slows, I'm going to use 800. Then this one I'm going to drag this, and I'm going to say on drag. When I pull it down, it should give me this screen. Then this one, I'm going to now pull this guy up to this very point. Remember, this is still on drag. I'm just going to disconnect this one again. Then you see this on drag, I'm going to put it on this one, right? So on this one, I'm going to link it to this one on drag. There's so many link on this one, so on drag, when I drag this one, the same, I'm just going to say 800 milliseconds. That's the speed at which it will drag up. So that is it. So now look at it here. When I drag this up, you see it gives me this screen. So now I can actually scroll. But this is not scrollable. So what I'm going to do now is to set this to vertical scroll width. So now go to prototype and just get rid of these things. So now if I scroll, you see it scrolls. Now there's something that is actually happening. This is not what I want to do. This is not supposed to scroll. So what I'm going to do now is to select this contents. I'm going to select the whole of this content. It's going to be a bit of hard work. I'm going to set this to no scrolling. Then what I'm going to do is to just bring it out to avoid mistakes. So select this whole stuff to this very point. Look at it here. I'm just going to open it so you see what I'm doing. Set this to whole content. Now select from here and add auto layout. So once that is done, I'm just going to push this here and use going to use 20 to pull them together, right? I'm going to use 15 actually. So 15 is better. So once that is done, say this, once it's done, leave it this way. So we're going to clip content. Now you're now free to close this. Then bring it here. Set this to this very point. So when we select this, make sure to get it to this point. Go to prototype and set this one to scroll vertical. Very, very important. If you don't understand, watch the video again. So what I did here was to make this one to just scroll. Say, let this place be fixed. So let it scroll to this point and let this one be fixed. So when we drag it back, you see this is actually linked to somewhere else. Let's see. Okay, so if I drag this up, it gives me this one. If I drag it down, it gives me this one. So let me find out the reason why it's actually doing that. I'm going to go over to prototype, and I'm going to remove the on drag, select this one, remove this, remove this, remove this. Now we are on neutral ground. So once you set this, now link this one to this guy and say on drag slow 800. Now select this one and link it to this guy and say on drag slow 800. Now this guy also should be linked to this one and say on drag slow 800. Or when you tap on this one, remember there's on drag here, we're going to say on tap then slow 800. It can also give us this one, then this one slows back in. So what we're going to do now is to see when I tap this one, you see all those stuffs comes in. That is the reason why we actually stretched those other ones. That's how I actually achieved that. Then if I click on this one, you see this one comes up, and when we push this guy, you can now scroll. Then when you pull it back, it comes down. Then if you scroll this one down, this other guys comes back. Then you can actually start scroll. If you drag it, you get to this one. So if I drag this one, okay, so this is it. So this one is actually the one that we dragged. So we're going to set this guy to on drag, and this other guy is also on drag. So this one is on top. Yep, this one is on drag. So if you select this one and drag, it gives you this one. Then when you click on it, it pushes this guy up. This thing goes up. That's the reason why I pushed it up. Then when you scroll, drag this one up, you can actually scroll. So that is how I actually achieved that. Another important part is this two blank screen. What are they doing? So I'm going to show you what they actually do. So these two blank screen, remember when I click on this, it gave me this one. It gave me this. So what we're supposed to have here is actually this. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to get rid of this and paste this there. This, let's just try all up, because this is definitely going to frustrate my work. So what I'm supposed to do now is to come here and duplicate this one. So what I'm going to do is to pick this guy just so we get smooth work. Take this one, put it here and get rid of this guy. Then remove this one, get this one here, because this one is showing unclicked, right? So now I'm going to get rid of this guy. I'm going to get rid of this guy. We're supposed to name this one, but I'm just going to leave it. So just what you're going to do now is to copy this, duplicate, change this to the other one. So I'm going to delete this one. This is what you're supposed to copy. Copy this. On the normal ground, I could have copied this one we did, but I'm just going to show you again. So what I'm going to do now is to paste it here. Move these guys away. So select the four of them and add auto layout. Now it's time to shift them. Even shift this one. In this case, you're going to shift this one too, because I want all of them to come in. So once that is done, look at it here. Make sure everything is inside the frame. So what I'm going to do now is to say, once I click on this, on tap, I'm going to use instant. So now I'm going to say after delay, of going to say should we say 800? I'm just going to say 10 milliseconds slow. Now you see what happened. The thing did not work because this is on a frame. Look at it here. So when I click here, look at what happened. Let me show you that error. Look at this one. It did not show me that it's this guy didn't give me that movement because this is already framed. So what I'm going to do now is to ungroup it. So once you ungroup it, look at this guy. You see it. Look at this guy. I'm also going to paste it on this place. Then this one is going to be like this. Yep. So look at what happened. When I click here, it comes in. This one just appeared. Now this is how I actually designed that part. Copy this, come here and paste it. Then I'm going to move it out of the screen. Prototype, yeah, you see it actually comes up when I click here. Look at it. When I click here, everything comes up. Prototyping is the logical stuff, and you really need to make sure you've eaten before you learn this video, you practice this video. You may have to watch it more than 2 or 3 times before you can understand what I'm actually doing. And if you're starting off with Figma, please do not watch the video because you're going to compound problems to yourself. Prototyping is very, very tricky, extremely tricky, but you just need to pay attention to understand it. So now this is just all about what I did on Figma. This one, the video is playing, and this, when I click here, this actually comes out, and when I drag this actually moves. I showed you guys how the text rolls, and when I click on this one, this comes out. Then when I scroll up, this actually moves. So this one scrolls horizontally, and when I pull this guy down, it actually pulls down. So this is actually pulling down to the very last page, and that is the reason why you are seeing it here. So I'm going to go to prototype, and when I pull this guy down, I'm just going to select this one, and when I pull this down, yep, it gives me this one, and when I click on this one, this guy comes back. So that is how I actually did this on Figma. Feel free to use it to create something, or you can recreate what I just did here. The reason why I didn't stress myself going to bring different pictures is because if we start going into designing this whole of this stuff the way it is here, it's gonna take time. This video might be up to 10 hours long. So you can see the way I duplicated the whole stuff, the way I showed you guys here. Just make sure to repeat what I just did. It's just about repeating the process. So when you want to do the second one, move the first guy out, then bring up the other guys, then the last one, make sure is on the previous screen, so you achieve very smooth animation. So I'm going to see you on my next video. Please make sure to share this video, like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye for now. Bye.